Well, the dust beginning to settle here at Shelbourne Park, ladies and gentlemen. We've seen the first 8 second-round heats of the PaddyPower.com Derby, and the performance of the night, well, maybe a tie between College Causeway and a dog called St. Louis Spirit. St. Louis Spirit winning Heat 4 in an absolutely sensational 29:38. This dog came up from the country with a big reputation, and his 2 performances to date in the Derby have suggested he could go a long, long way. Indeed, he could be one to well watch on September 12th.
Fat Boys No Drug, followed by 5 Meccano, and up the straight is number 6 the winner here, and very impressively so, number 6.
Well, the aforementioned College Causeway was in imperious form in Heat 7, although not producing the same run as he did last week when posting 29:21. Tonight he went a half second slower, but it was an incredible display. Overcoming plenty of early trouble and, well, squeezing his way through at the 3rd and 4th bends, he flew home to grab a last grasp victory in a thriller, beating the likes of Cashin Legend, Broadacre's Turbo and the Hope of England, Wise Thought.
From 2 Cashin Legends, 6 Wise Thought in the outside, and 3 College Causeways tracking them, waiting for the gap off the final bend. It's neck and neck between the front pair. Here comes the Causeway on the outside. 1 Broadacre's Turbo with 2 and 3. It's desperately close. 1 for the judge, a 3-way photo finish. 1
Matt, Ballymac Ruso was a finalist last year. Ran well tonight, but perhaps shouldn't have been caught.
Yeah, I think the miles were adding up on the clock. You know, he flew out the boxes, turned in front, coming out the second bend. Showed decent enough pace down the back straight and just got caught close to the line, you know. But, like I said, we've got 9 days now to freshen him up for next week.
If you had the choice of 1 greyhound left in the Derby, what would it be?
I like St. Louis Spirit. I think he's got everything you need in a Derby dog. I mean, he's got great early pace. He'll always get his box because he's drawn wide, and it stays strong, you know. And I think if that keeps qualifying, I think he could be a fine dog in the final.
One of the most thrilling finishes of the evening came in Heat 5. Here's Shane Boyle, the anti-post favourite, getting up in the final strides to beat the raw pup, Scolari Midaddy. It was a cracking contest, and these 2 greyhounds could easily be there on September 12th.
Scolari Midaddy, and the puppy leads to the corner. 3 Scolari Midaddy from 4 and 10 and 6 Turles Bank Joker turning for home. It's Scolari Midaddy out front from front trap the line. Here comes Shane Boy, and Shane Boy might just have got up from 3 Scolari Midaddy and 1 Tiffin.
Well, there's little doubt that the in-form kennel in this year's Derby is that of Graham Holland. He had 5 runners left in the stake prior to tonight's action, and after the 5 of them raced, well, he has 4 remaining. They had a very impressive winner in Heat 6 in the form of Riverside King. He got to the bend and he stayed out in front. 3 leads him, Ardira Power to the corner. Now there goes 4 Riverside King, takes it up before the bend, and 4 Riverside King goes on. 5 scores, but out front it's Riverside King making the best of his way home. Ardira Power is beginning to close gradually off the final bend. 4 Riverside King, and 4 Riverside King wins the run. Nikki, you had 5 dogs coming with you tonight. Yeah. And 4 left in the Derby. A good night all round. Riverside King, very impressive.
Very pleased, yeah. He led round with the 3 dog on his inside and just went away, very pleased. And then the dog come from behind him, qualified, really pleased. Ardira Power, of course, was second. Riverside King. Yeah. Other ones to qualify, Broadacre's Turbo ran a blinder in a great contest. Really hot heat. You know, we saw the draw, like, oh God, he had his draw, he was on the inside. You'd like to think if he came out well, he'd qualify, and he led round, and it was a tight finish. He's through. That's the main thing.
Well, we're after seeing 50% of the second round heats in the PaddyPower.com Irish Greyhound Derby. I'm here with Stephen Gray. Stephen, I'm sure the name on your lips right now is St. Louis Spirit. A sensational run, 29:38. He was in around 16-1 before tonight, I think. What's he after tonight?
Well, you can cut him in half now. Comfortably cut him in half. Fastest time of the night, 29:38.
No greyhound apart from College Causeway has ever covered 550 yards faster. And speaking of College Causeway, he did 29:71 in his heat, but it was the way he did it that was impressive.
Sent me goosey, marvellous performance. Had a few knocks. It's just the dog is just a sensation from the front, from off the pace. He's just a marvellous dog. And
qualification is very much the aim of the game at this stage. College Causeway likely to keep qualifying, but with his style of racing, okay, last week we saw him bolt out, lead all, but he's going to start struggling to the bend in the better company. At the same time, he should keep qualifying.
He should keep qualifying. He should definitely do that. But he finds more. He always finds more. And he'll put his all in. That's guaranteed with a greyhound.
Another heat we have to mention is Heat 5. We saw Shane Boy Lee, your anti-post favourite, getting up in the final strides.
Shane Boy Lee, yes, he got up. He won the race in another fantastic finish, because we've had some marvellous finishes tonight.
We've seen some fine performances on the I was going to say the undercard, and the remaining heats, the likes of Archertown Pine 29.77, Riverside King 29.79, and indeed the Bitch ran a blind with last Lady Glenard 29.85. These are dogs that are in and around 25, 33, 41. Could we see these progressing?
Possibly see them progressing. There's no doubt that Riverside King, he looks a likely type because he has that little bit of early. Lady Glenard has early, but you know, they have to find a little bit more.
Well, there are the thoughts of Stephen Gray, head greyhound compiler with Paddy Power. But remember, 8 more heats to come on Saturday night. Expect more emerging stars to, well, nail their colours to the mast. A lot of racing action remains in this paddypower.com derby. If you can get to Shelbourne Park on Saturday night, make sure you do. It promises to be another cracking night's racing.